we know application program interface. I can't tell you enough that Zoom opens up their API to YouTube so we can remain in Zoom, but stream live to YouTube, which we are doing. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, getting back to it. So what I'd like to do today is I'm going to give you a study guide. I usually do it a week in advance since we're doing kind of project and studying together side by side. I want to give you as much time as possible so each of you can go by your schedule almost like on demand. So I'll go over the study guide. We'll talk about the exam, and I hopefully will break out in breakout rooms. I'll give you feedback on your projects, and that's Wednesday. And then we have another week that next week we'll spend on projects and also a review for the exam. I'll answer any questions you have about the exam, and then we'll proceed. So let me do this, share my screen. We'll go through. Everybody hopefully sees my screen. We see we have the illustrious folks here on the screen on YouTube. And Jasper, drive safe, okay? I don't want you to say anything to me. I want you to get in a position, okay? This is not, I don't want to be responsible for any accidents. Okay, I'm here. So let's go to my section. I go to always what's due, start off there. And what's due is, let me just take my edit off so I see exactly what you can do. So let's start with, so you know, Monday, April 14th, you have an audit assignment that is final project 3. I'll go over it. You also have the readings for business analytics. On Monday, I will go over with you on business analytics. A lot has to do with descriptive statistics and predictive statistics, being able to forecast, and of course, using AI with that. And then you have your chapters, and you have additional readings here from what is ERP, Enterprise Resource Planning. And here there's on a little bit of looking above on tracing the thoughts of a language model, what makes up artificial intelligence and generative AI, and what about the thoughts, how do they make up a language model? Because we hear that a lot of LLMs, large language models, and what is behind that. Okay. The other part is the review in person, the for the exam, which will be April 21st, but I suggest you review early. And Sebastian, can you be so kind? I think also, even on what's due, maybe put it also under the what's due on the PowerPoints and documents. Maybe we can put it in the what's due to this exam 2 review guide. But the exam, of course, is in the School of Business, right, Allie? It's going to be on maybe what you can do too, Sebastian, is bold this Monday, April 21st. The exam will be in person, exact same thing as we did before. It's going to be proctored by me and others. Arrive at least 10 minutes early. The exam, of course, is going to be closed notes. Just like we did before, it's you and respondus. The exam will take the entire class period, but of course, if you finish early, you can log out, bring your pictured ID, and make sure you bring your laptop. Everybody needs to bring their laptop for the idea for something not working. Okay, and here's a little note that you can study along with this exam review guide other ways to do it. So I'm just going to open up this review guide, and it's very much in the same format as the first test. Notice I'm going to cover chapter 5 and 4, which is database and security. Tech Guide 3, which is the cloud. Chapter 14, where we're talking about artificial intelligence. Chapter 10 and chapter 12. You know what is missing here, Sebastian? And you can put a note to Daniel, is all the additional readings. So this should say audit assignments and additional readings and lectures. So what I would do maybe at the bottom here, I think we did it before, is put links to all our readings. Do you hear that, Sebastian? I think we just, that's an oversight on our part. Sometimes when I see it, then we believe it. You agree with me, Sebastian?
Yeah, I'm texting Daniel right now to do it.
Yeah, just text Daniel that needs to be done, of putting on the top here, audit assignments, readings, and lectures. So there'll probably be a modified version of this, but all our, in the what's due, all our readings are there as well. So you can see it's the same format, 2 parts. We have the multiple choice, true, false, 60 questions, open-ended questions. We'll have up to 3 questions. You can do the exact same thing. You can take the first part versus the second. These are all the ones that you want to do of the terms, just like we did before. So a lot of the terms are the same as chapters 4 and 5 are the same. Basically, you can review those. You can see, then you have, I think this is cloud computing, the vendors, the infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service, public cloud, private cloud, hybrid cloud. This is about database. The idea of what is maximized, what is minimized on that. You want to minimize redundancy. You want to maximize in other ways of being able not to be siloed. Artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, Turing test, being able to tell whether it's an AI or a human being, natural language processing. We talked about last time, ERP, enterprise resource, transactions, exception recording. This was in our last time of data warehouse. Business analytics, we'll discuss this next week, but this is the idea of descriptive, predictive, and prescriptive. Descriptive in the past, predictive is what's going to be in what I forecast, and prescriptive is what should I do based on my data. Neural nets, supervised versus unsupervised training, what's the difference, generative AI and AI subfields. And here are examples of questions. There can be, let me note here, Thomas, I want to emphasize here, it could be in some of the questions I may combine it. Do you understand, on these open-ended? So don't hold me to it that, hey, you took, let's say, this question of generative AI, and then what are the limitations and concerns of generative AI? And here you're asking, what is generative AI? Maybe 6 and 7 might be, 6 and 8 may be combined. But these are questions. You can go over this, of course, different ways you can go over it from our readings. This should be coming from the readings and from the chapters and from the lectures that we did. Okay. I'll go over this and do a review next week with you. All right. So I'll do a review. So the advantage for you is on the weekend, you can also on your own, or you can decide to study in groups. You decide how it's best to do it. You go over it, and if you have any questions, I'll be happy to emphasize it in my lecture. If not, I'll go over things that I think are important for you to know. Okay? Any questions, Allie, that I need to, is that pretty straightforward? The only thing that I think is missing, and I asked Sebastian to do it, is maybe put in the links of all of our additional readings. And also on the top there, it's not only our audit assignments, but also our readings and lectures. So if you haven't done the audit assignments, you'll be at a disadvantage for writing that up. Okay? All right. Any questions? I think we're set on that. Okay, so what's due, if I look at what's due for this assignment, right, is right here. Basically, for Monday, making sure that everybody understands there. Besides having that general website, you should have created service offerings, what you offer, the upgrade of your domain name. We have Fast Spots. Remember, the person from Fast Spots came in to integrate the AI chatbot on your website. We want each group to record a podcast based on your URL, based on your sources, and have that podcast be part of your website. One person from your group add a BAPI phone number on the top of your website, and also where your phone number is. And there should be, anytime that you cite with a small disclaimer with the AI of any images you use, what images you use, you should do it also on social media. You know, this should be also added, Sebastian, on the final project, part 3 progress side, it should be social media here for the goals as well. Shouldn't there be?
So we put social
Sebastian.
media as goals.
Yeah.
Okay.
Isn't
I'll put that
it?
in.
That's what they are supposed to do, social media, right?
Yeah.
Right. So I would put that on the goals. You could probably, of adding that to the financial project, even though it's stated here, I think it looks better with those goals should be there too, right? So here, each member of your group needs to do a video of one application that you will use in your services. You can record it however you want and be able to put it onto the website. Upgrade the domain name, the social media accounts, and make sure you use the social media accounts. You use AI software with social media accounts. And then in SEO, the steps of SEO, if you go to the back end of Wix, you'll see then under site and mobile app, website and SEO, what you need to do is you need to fill out the wizard to do SEO. You need to do this during this time because for your final presentation, you'll see how well Google has discovered you. So this is important. You need to wait 24 hours, so you can't do this on Monday. You have to do it this week. Create service offering pages, integrate FastSpots. So here is basically step-by-step instructions on how to integrate FastSpots. Also, FastSpots itself. What I do is I'd sign up for a free version of FastSpots. FastSpot itself, if you ask for Wix support, how to put in FastSpot on a Wix site. They also have it there, but here it gives you instructions on how to do FastSpot. Also, I encourage you, look under FastSpot itself for Wix integration under their support. They have instructions on how to do it as well. Notebook LM, we've gone over that. VAPI, AI, we've gone over that. So what I suggest for each group is this is a lot for one person, but it is not a lot when we divide up the group. So you should be able to document who does what in your group. And then you may even have like a team. You decide. I'm not going to micromanage. You may have to say, hey, 2 people will do social media and the SEO. Everybody has to do their own videos. Questions on that? So Ali, questions from the chat or questions that you have?
No questions in either.
Okay. And Lily, anything that you want to share, want to do?
No, I don't have any questions.
Okay. All right. So we're okay. So what I suggest to do, I'm going to do breakout rooms unless you guys want to do something else. I can do 2 ways. I can do breakout rooms, or I can take a couple of yours and give you feedback. What do you want? Allie?
I think breakout rooms might
Okay,
be
we'll do
easier.
breakout rooms. And how many do we have? Do we have 10 breakout rooms? I think we always have 10 people.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So that, right? Is that correct? Sebastian,
Yeah, we have 10 groups, I'm pretty sure. Or no, I think we have more now.
I don't know. I see in my sense 10. Do we have more? Look at
Pretty
my
sure we have
audit
11.
area. What?
Pretty sure we have 11.
Okay, but I don't see it in my group. I don't
Let me
see it in
see.
my audit area. I only see 10. Am I missing something?
Remember how we split 2 groups into
Yeah,
one?
but those groups, but I don't see anything in the audit area. So I'm going to make 11.
Yeah, that group still hasn't split up into making group 11, but there's 11 groups.
Okay, so we need to talk to them in order to, if you can reach out in a text, see who's here in the class, and let's do it. I'm going to let the participants choose. I'm going to create. I'm going to open up all the rooms, and you go to the room. And if you need me to do it, go to a room, your room based on your group number, and I'll meet you there. And Sebastian, stay with me, and then we'll go from top to bottom, and we'll make sure that everything is working fine.
So what group do I go first? What room are you?
First of all, what?
What room do you want me to go into first?
I'll start from the top, and you start from the bottom.
All right.
And then you go find your way up. And I'll stay in this right here in case somebody doesn't have a room.
Okay.
I'll wait till everybody's in a room, okay? And Brandon, are you here?
Yeah.
Okay, so stay with me in this room for a second.
Okay.
And Ariana, stay with me too, okay? In this room right now. Who else? Where are you going now? In terms, let me promote you too here. I'm making you co-host, Sebastian. Okay, you got that, Sebastian?
Yeah.
So Ali, are you in a group? What group are you?
Yeah, I'm joining group 9, but Isabel isn't here, so it's just gonna be me today.
Okay, all right.
But-
So I'll talk to you. What can I do? Okay, and Asher, are you joining a group? And Brandon, you stay with me. Briggs, are you in a group?
Yeah, I'm in
Yeah.
group 2.
Okay, so did you go or you can't get there?
I can't get there.
Okay, I made you group 2. Okay, and Jasper, What's going on? I don't know. And Valentina, what group are you in?
I'm in group 1, or I'm in group 2.
Okay, I'm putting you in group 2. Okay. And then Asher, what group are you in?
I'm trying to I forget if it's 4 or 5. I'm just trying to find it right now.
Well, let's go 4 or 5. And Thomas, what's the issue?
No, I'm in group number 1. I don't know what happened there.
I don't know either. I don't see you listed. Thomas, I see not joined. Okay, what happened? Thomas not joined, moved. It just says, okay, you there? Okay. Okay. Valentina, what's up?
Sorry, I'm in group 1, and that was the wrong group.
You're in what group, Valentina?
In group 1.
In group 1, okay. And Thomas, where are you? Is he group 1 too? Okay, he doesn't have to be
Professor,
listed. Okay,
do you want
yeah.
do you want me to stay here with you, or do you want me to go room by room?
Yeah, I'll go. Why don't you start with the last group and I'll see with Brandon and Ariana, what's their issues.
To double check, you just want me to ask them if they need help with the
No, I
problem.
want
Which
them to
group?
show you what they've done and you help them.
Okay. Okay.
You see what they've done and then help them and then move on to the next group.
All right. I'm gonna go
That's
to.
all- You know what I
I'm
mean?
gonna- I'll be in group 11 for now.
Okay, is there anybody in group 11?
Luca Fox is in group 11 right now, and he's a part of this group with Brandon and Ariana.
And he's there, they're, okay, so Brandon, you're in group 11. Is Luca there?
Yes, and Ariana's also in group 11. These
Okay,
three.
so Brandon, I'm
So-
moving you to group 11.
Okay.
You understand? You need to get it. And Ariana, meet Brandon. Okay, and I'm moving you guys and then we'll help you get on the road here and get your site going, okay? So
Sounds
let's
good.
do that. So I'm moving you to,
Okay, I'll go to group 10.
well, why don't you do this? Brandon, I'm moving him to group 11. And Ariana, I'm moving to group 11 and start with them, Sebastian, and get them
Okay.
going because they're really like the very beginning. So maybe
Okay.
get them going and they can even do the same thing that they had before. They can choose the same topic and let them and help them as much as you can now. Help them work it through. And make sure that they can go. Okay, Sebastian?
Yes.
So Sebastian, you really work with group 11 and getting them started. And maybe Sebastian, what you can do is maybe set up a time with them if they need that you can give like a little office hour or something with them. Group
Okay.
11, since they're, and make sure that they have that group 11 in the audit area, first of all, that they have all their names and phone numbers.
Okay. I'll do that.
You know what I mean? And that they got to get onto the message and,
Yeah.
get this
All right.
done. Okay? All
All
right,
right,
so you'll get on 11 and then I'll see what's,
Doctor,
Joe. Yes.
yes, hi. My group isn't here, but we did the part 2. So should I work on part 3 with them individually?
Well, just stay in the
outside of
group and I'll
class?
come see you. Okay?
'Cause
Joe, what group are you? Physically, what group are you?
6 in Blackboard.
Six in Blackboard? Okay. So
Yeah, it's
why?
me, Kev, and Mark, but they're not here right now.
I know nobody's here. I don't know what's going on here, huh? So anyways, we got
One of
here.
them is coming like towards the end. I think he had a meeting.
Okay, well, it's not right. You know what I mean? It's not a, okay, but anyway, it's your group what, Jail? And I'll put you in the group and then you show me what you've done.
Sweet, or are you?
What group?
In
And I'll
group
move-
6. So I'll just go in the breakout room for group 6.
Yeah, go in the breakout room for group 6, okay?
Okay. All right now.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And then I'll see you soon, okay?
Hey, Dr. Rush, I had a Wi-Fi issue. Can you add me to group 6? Thank you.
So I think it was useful to do the breakout rooms. And thank you for recommending it. I think it was useful just for everybody to get a handle for it. Everybody knows where they're going. Thank you very much. Anything else I need to keep in mind? So I think we're set. Monday, we'll look at your websites again. Sebastian, thank you so much for banding together and helping these students with the groups. And some of the groups were saying that they'll contact you directly when they get stuck. Is that what you want them to do? Do you want them to
Yeah.
text you? How do you want them to contact you?
They can text me if it's a really, really, really big problem or like they need a lot of intensive help with me. They can text me and then tell me like, hey, is there any time that I can meet up with them? And we'll
Okay.
just do another Zoom meeting and I'll join the Zoom meeting and help them
Okay,
out.
you'd rather meet with individual groups rather than saying, hey, I'll do a,
Yes, if you, I'd rather just you guys text me and then we'll schedule a time that works for
schedule a
us to be in the
time.
group
And then you
instead
may
of
want to
me.
do it, Sebastian, since everybody has it, you may want to schedule a time when if you have 2 or 3 groups, you can put them together.
Yeah, yeah. So pretty much,
You know what I mean?
depending on
That
the amount of
I
groups,
I want your time too to be used efficiently, you know, and if
yeah,
you can find a time.
depending on the amount of groups
Depending
that
on how
message me.
many are going to contact you, we have the great opportunity that Sebastian's willing to help the students in this class. So we're ready to go with it. Okay. So you know that he's a resource, and always, like I say, he's a valuable resource, but he's not going to do your work. Right. So don't take advantage of him and say, do my work for me. But it's a great, when you're kind of just stuck a little bit, it's great to have another resource that he's been through it. Okay. Anything else you need from me? Putting in the chat, anything? Allie, is there anything else?
No, there's nothing else.
Okay. So Sebastian, if you can be so kind and get the attendance.
Yeah, I'll do that right now. Let me open that up.
Or code. It's usually 4-digit, isn't it?
Sure.
So start checking. 5053. Okay. And if you can put that in the chat, and then you can stop sharing. And people can go on their way and start doing the project that you're proud of. Okay, if you could stop sharing, Sebastian. Perfect. And I'll stay with whoever needs me. And Sebastian, if you can stay on with me,
Perfect.
I appreciate it. And Jasper, do you have any questions? You're okay, Jasper? Let me stop recording and then we'll talk.